Okay, let's talk about your topic, which is interesting today.
Okay, an Australian research company, the Robertson Research Foundation, put a study out. They tested some women to find out what might be causing fertility issues. It turns out it's fast food. Women that consume fast food will get pregnant on average a month to 2 months slower than women who don't.
Really?
Now, we've known this for a long time. When my wife was going through fertility issues, and they said, eliminate anything processed. And up any kind of lean proteins, and that will help you out. Did you realize that 1 in 10 women have fertility issues? 1 in 10 couples, that is,
Really?
men and women.
The conversation I'm having in a lot of my group chats right now are the fear in women my age, or even a little bit older, who have decided to wait longer than our moms to get pregnant. The fear of being infertile because of so many of the stories that are out there. And someone had a question yesterday. It's not that more women are infertile, it's that we are waiting longer, and so these stories are coming out more because people are more transparent about it. They think that people are talking about it more.
Right.
So therefore, I mean, I don't know if that's a way to like psych ourselves out, but I mean, it's interesting. I don't eat out on the regular. Fortunately for me, I mentioned Caesar loves to cook, so therefore we cook.
Great.
But I know there are a lot of women out there who are eating fast food because they're at work longer days. They're businesswomen. They have to be out and about and doing their thing. So that is scary to think about.
So less processed foods, more lean proteins. They studied all kinds of individual foods. Would you think fish would help or hurt your chances of becoming?
I would think it would help.
You think, but in general, no plan change whatsoever.
Okay.
Really?
No change
Okay.
to the trend. Same
How
with
about
leafy
fruit?
vegetables. Fruits are good. Vegetables are good, but leafy vegetables specifically, they thought that might up the chances. In fact, it didn't whatsoever.
Really?
And we went through this. We tried to get pregnant for a year, and it just wasn't working out. You know what worked for us?
What's
that?
We got a dog. The day we got a dog, my wife found out she was pregnant. The day we pretty much gave up.
Of course, and they say sometimes that happens too, right? When you stop thinking about actually wanting to procreate, your body, for whatever reason, your psyche allows that to happen. But I think until you start trying, they say you're not infertile until you've tried for a full year and couldn't conceive.
Right.
So just because you go 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 months, you're going, oh my gosh, am I infertile? No, not until officially you've tried for a full year, which is daunting. And month after month, 12 times? That's
it's you know, the trying is not bad. But there is
I didn't say practicing,
you know, a month
trying,
later
right?
when everyone's on board and you know, your family starts, they know because they ask, oh, are you trying?
How's it coming?
Yeah, how's it going? And then there's just that letdown. And you know, I will tell you guys that for my daughter, you know, my wife, she's a planner. She loves to plan everything out. And so we were living in Arizona, so she's like, okay, I want to get pregnant this month because I don't want to be pregnant during the Arizona summer. And the Arizona summer is
like Vegas
from
summer?
March until like December.
Right.
So she's like,
But
I don't
it's
want to be
intriguing.
like, you know, 8 months pregnant in the middle of the summer. So she's trying to plan out, okay, if we start trying this time, I'll be pregnant, you know, this month, and then everything will work out. Well, you know, that's life. The second you start planning everything out, it just doesn't go that way. So we tried for a whole year. And it was kind of, mentally and emotionally, it was pretty draining obviously for her. But for me as well, because you just want everyone to be happy and you're ready to move on with this, you know, to get to that point of we're financially and comfortable, we're ready to have kids, we want to do this, but you just can't tick a box and it starts. So it took a while. So she had to adjust her hormone levels just a little bit, and then everything was fine. And it was the same thing with the second child. She already knew I'm a little bit deficient in this area, so she talked to the doctor right away and got things sorted out. But it can be tough. These things are very personal. People share these stories more often. So you look to studies like this, any sort of nugget of could it be this, could it be that, because you want to help yourself out. Because when you're ready to have kids, you're ready, and anything that can help you conceive, you want to know about it for sure.
It is when you mentioned checking of the box. You know, so many things in our life we're able to say, okay, if we work hard, we will get a degree. You know, then you get the degree because you work hard. If you get a degree, it used to be that you're going to get a job after college. Well, now it's a little tougher, but say that happens. Okay, if you work here for this amount of time, you'll get a pay raise. Like there are things, like there are ways in which you meet these and be able to check these boxes off. But when it comes to that, it's science, and it's
biological science. It's going to have its own time.
Its own time.
We tried everything. We started going crazy, and believe me, I like the trying. The trying's the whole reason I signed up. but I will tell you this: we started trying everything, and nothing's more disconcerting than each and every time you're at the end of the act, your other half starts standing on their head. It's a try. I'm not lying. We really tried this.
Making sure that
it's a little. All right, we're gonna try that again. All right.
Right, because I mean these days, you go online and you get stories from your friends or your family, which is awkward, but it's okay. But yeah, you just there's more. It's funny. The more information, the more you can know about everything out there. It seems like the less you know, really. I mean, because what really works, it's tough to know.
Right. Well, Kimberly Morgan says, I've never had problems.
No kidding.
She has 6 kiddos, but I have suffered a few miscarriages. So my heart goes out to all those ladies struggling. Yeah.
May I also, this is sort of a public service announcement. It's an anecdote that's not exactly on topic, but it fits.
Okay.
So with our second child, again, it took a little bit longer to try to get pregnant. And then we found out that we were pregnant. And she went in for one of her scheduled visits. I want to say 8 weeks, maybe 12 weeks in.
Yeah.
And the nurse seemed very concerned and called the doctor in. The doctor came in, gave the ultrasound. And they said, we're sorry to tell you, where there was a heartbeat, there's no longer a heartbeat. So this didn't go well. So we're sorry. We want you to try again, but we want to clean you out so you have a fresh slate, and we want to give you a D&C. Now, a D&C, without getting overly medical, is essentially an abortion, but the baby has already lost its life, and so you're essentially just cleaning the parts out, getting it ready to start. He said, just go have a fun weekend and come in Monday, and we're going to schedule the D&C, and then you'll have a clear head, and you'll know that you're starting anew, and there shouldn't be a problem next time around. This is common. It happens all the time. So we decided to go to Disneyland. We went to Disneyland. We had a great time at Disneyland. And I'll tell you now, but she rode all the rides that said if you're pregnant or expecting, you should not be riding this ride. She rode everything.
Like, I'm going for it.
And it was a bittersweet time, but we were just trying to pick her spirits up. My in-laws went. We had a good time. We came back Monday morning. We went in for the scheduled visit to the doctor, and the nurse started to prepare her. And my mother-in-law said, just so she feels good about what's about to take place, do you mind giving an ultrasound again? And so the doctor gave my wife, and the nurse gave another ultrasound. She said, I'll be right back. And so the doctor came back in, and the doctor said, I would have bet my mortgage on the fact that this pregnancy didn't take. But I was wrong. That's a heartbeat. You're back in action. You're back in the game. Now, thank goodness we said,
thank God for
another
mother-in-law.
ultrasound. Right. Exactly. Do one more just so we have a clear head about this.
Oh, my gosh.
And so, lo and behold,
Mark.
She said, it's amazing statistically how few places this baby could have been positioned so that we wouldn't see the heartbeat.
Right.
But he must have been there, and something must have happened that shook him loose. I said, Matterhorn! It was the Matterhorn. But lo and behold, we saw him, and there he is.
Oh, my
gosh. And to bring everything full circle, that's the $89 tux I bought on Amazon.
You just can't wrap it up like Marcus Allen. What an amazing story. And
it gives me chills. I get very emotional just retelling the story. And I've retold it so few times.
Yeah.
What does your son say?
He said he's glad he's not a girl because we were going to name him Heidi if he was a girl.
That's the takeaway. Oh my gosh! But his grandma saved his life essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
See, a mother's intuition, right? It's just so interesting.
And I probably said, do we really want to put her through this again?
Yeah,
Let's
like,
just
come on, mother-in-law.
And she said, no, just so she knows. And I said, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well, sometimes, and you just got to trust your gut on those things. Yeah. You just if you have a feeling in those moments, you got to act on it because you never know. Something like that could happen.
You can truly change someone's life right now. Like, you never know what situation they're going through. And just to say, you know what? Let me just double check.
Yeah. So if you're going through something like this, trust your instincts, and then get a second opinion, or at least have the test done again before you do something that's so permanent.
Kimberly Morgan says, "That's amazing, Mark. Oh my God, Mark, I had that happen with my 4th child. Is this more common than I think it is?"
Wow.
I think so. We've told this story, and every now and then someone will say, same thing happened to us.
Wouldn't you think the doctor would go in and automatically, before performing the D&C, do another ultrasound?
Well, this was a millennium ago. Maybe things have changed, and maybe that's routine now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I had
Sure.
never heard that story before. I've never heard anything like it before.
I
But
haven't
that
either.
makes
You know me, I rarely
such
speak
a person
so
to-
deeply from the heart in real places. I get very nervous.
The whole
Very
time I'm like,
uncomfortable,
what's he
strange place.
saying? Is this real? Is this a movie? Well, thanks, Mark. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much for watching the ABC 10 Information Network. If you want to see more stories just like this one, all you've got to do is click subscribe.